Hello guys and welcome back to Study Star. Michael Mubanga, and in today's video tutorial I'm going to be talking about algebra, the second part. So yesterday we talked about part 1, today we're talking about part 2. And in today's tutorial we're going to have two parts. So the first thing we're going to talk about is expansion. Then after we talk about expansion, we're going to talk about substitution. So let's jump right into it. So for expansion, what does expansion mean? So when you're given something like 2 open brackets x plus 2x, then you are told to say expand this. Then basically what they want you to do is they want you to remove the brackets from this number. So the way we remove the brackets is we say we multiply 2 by x, we multiply 2 by 2x. So what we do is we multiply this by this and this same thing by this. So basically we multiply everything this side with everything this side. So this times this will give us 2 times x plus 2 times 2x. Then 2 times x is 2x, then plus 2 times 2x is 4x, like that. Then this was our expansion. This is where we expand, if we're just given to expand. But usually we're going to be asked to expand, maybe, and simplify. So we just need to end this in the simplest terms, which is we add this. You can see this is 2x and this is 4x, which means they are like terms from the previous video. So 2x plus 4x gives us 6x, and that should be our answer after expanding this expression. Then we're given another thing that says x times x plus y. We're told to expand this. So how do we go about this? So even now we just say x times x is x times x plus x times y, which gives us x squared plus xy, and we have expanded. So expansion is very simple, and as you can see it's very basic. Just multiply everything this side with everything this side. So we're given something like -3 multiplying x minus 4y. So how do we go about this? Again, we just multiply this -3 times x, then we say plus -3 times -4y, then this times this is -3x, plus this times this is positive 12y, then this and this will give us positive, so it just becomes plus 12y. This is us expanding this. So expansion is a very simple thing, and we have learned about the first part of expansion. Now the second part of expansion, we're given two things. So say you've been given to say expand x plus y, x plus y. So you want to remove the brackets from x plus y and x plus y. So how do you go about that? So you multiply the x with both terms in the second set of brackets, then you multiply the y in the first set of brackets with everything in the second set of brackets. So you say x times x plus x times y plus y times x plus y times y. So x times x is x squared, x times y is plus xy, y times x is xy plus y squared. Then as we can see, these two things are like terms. There's nothing in front, which means they are invisible ones. So this is x squared plus 2xy plus y squared, and that's our expansion of such a thing. Another example would be you are asked to say expand x plus y, x minus y. So how do you go about this? You do the same thing. You say x times x is x times x plus x times -y plus y times x plus y times -y. This becomes x squared minus xy plus xy minus y squared. So this becomes x squared. This and this will give you 0 xy minus y squared, but we don't write this. It becomes x squared minus y squared, and that's our expansion. Then the last part, the last question in expansion I would like us to cover is 3x plus y multiplying 4x minus 3y. So this and this will give us 12x squared. This and this will give us minus 9xy. This and this will give us plus 4xy. This and this will give us minus 3y squared. So this becomes 12x squared. This and this, these two things are like terms. When we subtract them, we're going to have negative 5xy minus 3y squared, and that's our expansion for this thing. Now, this is the expansion, and I hope, guys, after you watch this video, I hope you're going to go in the tutorial. I hope you're going to go in the PDF and answer some questions and practice by yourself. Okay, so this is expansion, and this is expansion. Now let's go into substitution, the other part I talked about. So substitution now is where we actually use the variables. So say you've been given x to be equal to 2, y to be equal to 3, and z to be equal to 0, and then you're given a question that says evaluate x plus y squared plus z cubed. So how do you go about this? So you just replace where you see x, you put the number that x represents. So in this case, when we substitute the values, these values into this, we're going to say x will be 2 plus y will be 3 squared plus z will be 0 to the power 3. So this is 2 plus 9 plus 0, and we have 11 at the end. This is us evaluating by substitution. We just replace these values where there was x, y, and z. Then the other part, the other question I would like us to cover with the same values of x, y, and z is x minus 4y plus 2z. So our x is still 2 and our y is still 3, and our z, 2, our z is still 0. So you just replace, then this becomes 2 minus 12 plus 0. This becomes negative 10, and that's our substitution solution. Then say you've been given another example. This was 1. Say you've been given, say, x equals 1, y equals 2, and z equals negative 1. Then you've been asked to say evaluate x squared minus 4y plus 3z. Then what happens with this one? Again, you just say x is equal to 1, so you say 1 squared minus 4, y is equal to 2, plus 3, z is negative 1. Then you simplify this. This becomes 1 minus 8 minus 3, which becomes 1 minus 11, which is negative 10. That's our first solution. Then say you've been given another thing, say x plus 2y squared plus z. So our x is still 1, our y is still 2, and our z is negative 1. We're following this, and simplifying this, we're going to have 1 plus 2 times 4 plus negative 1, which is 1 plus 8 minus 1, which is 8 when we finish this. And that's everything I had for you today, guys. Thank you very much for visiting StudySir, and I hope you follow, like our page and our Facebook page. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please consider subscribing and liking the channel. Yeah, thank you, and I hope you'll be with us in the next video. Yeah. Thank you very much. Peace.